because my story is real simple. I am Phoenix Rain Center, and I started doing what I'm doing because my wife had the idea to do what we're doing.
What are we doing?
Porn, even vagina based. That was your idea.
Oh,
I just kind of was like, oh, that sounds like a good idea. Let me flow with it.
I got into porn because, well, first I always wanted everybody to watch me have sex. I always felt that way. But one day I finally was like, yo, babe, let's do it. And she was like, okay, let's do it. And then boom, here we are today. The Sinners.
Honestly, though, it was just like okay, fuck it. Because low-key, I always was like, I felt like I was good enough at sex to be like, people could definitely watch me have sex.
Exactly that. I felt like I needed to be watched.
It was like, alright, what's the worst that can happen? You get no views.
That's the worst that can happen.
Low-key, though, that would have been a vibe killer. Ain't
nobody watching.
I think I would have been madder if nobody watched.
You still want to do this?
It would have been like, no. That's embarrassing.
I'm going to go weekly, or maybe within a few days. We get about 100K views within like 3 days. If that's...
Yeah, that's pretty lit. I feel like that can put it into perspective.
Yeah. 100,000 views in about 3 days, yeah.
I remember we were hyped when we got like...
We hit a million
100.
views.
We were like...
Oh, yeah. We were too hyped. We definitely get about 1 million views in a week. Within a week, yeah. I'm going to say 7 to 10 days. We can get 1 million. 1 million women.
That feels good to say out loud. Like, oh, shit. Like, 1 million people watch me. Do me. On a regular.
Before work, after work, to
During
go to bed.
work.
During work. That's the hottest.
You remember when I used to work at the phone sex place? They would call randomly and be like, I'm on break.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, shit be crazy.
She used to work at a phone sex place. You can't just slide that in there without me mentioning it.
It was for like, I think I worked there for all of a week. I was applying thinking it was like a telemarketing job. And then they called me and she's like, hey, this is what it is. And the interview was like, I had to have phone sex with the woman, like, right in that moment. She's like, okay, I'm like, fuck it. I went outside of the room. I'm like, I was at my boyfriend's house at the time. I like went on the steps and was like, yeah,
Like, what? Can you imagine hearing that?
I know, right?
I'm in here. What you doing out there doing all that for?
Got the job, though. Because you expect, like, guys to be like, oh, baby, you so hot, I'm trying to fuck, blah, blah, blah. Like, you expect that. But, like, when it's, like, women who are like, oh, my God, I love everything that you're doing. Like, this, you help me do this. It's like, oh, shit. Like, okay. Yeah. Something we're doing
I can definitely
say
the comments. Because for me, it's not really the sex. Well, it is the sex, but it's what's behind the sex, the passion. And when people actually mention that in their comments, I feel like, okay, I am successful because what I want to show, they are perceiving it the right way. So
yeah, like feeling seen. Like they actually see you and what you're trying to do. That's when... Yeah, and then when we released t-shirts and people actually wanted to buy them. It was like, yo, y'all fuck with our shit. Cool. I fuck with y'all. Fuck with me
with the mission.